Innovative content. Global audience.
Yes, people. I am going to do something very, very brief. My studio is not set, so I'm going to get it set. Before we get into the main topic tonight, I am here with beautiful Princess. We're going to rock the platform tonight. She's joining me from Abuja. The show tonight is actually a new one. It's called Inside Africa, and we are broadcasting only on SRTV tonight. For those of you in Robo Television, please pardon us. I am a one-man thing, and so I can only do one at a time. The situation in Nigeria is critical. Too many things are happening at the same time. I think we should do this. That's why I'm joining you with Princess tonight. So I'm going to allow Princess to throw some light on some of the happenings in Nigeria, why I go backstage a little bit. Princess, welcome to the show. How is it going on in Abuja?
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Nice to have you here. The situation is tense, like the issue of no money at hand. No, you can't even get the cash from any cash point. And a lot of people are stranded here and there. It's not a good one, sir. It's not a good one at all, because a lot of people, they go to POS, no cash. But some said the POS, the charges are very outrageous. Like I went there some days ago and I didn't take any money. I just left because, of course, I cannot be charged 10,000 naira. They are charging for 2,000 naira, depends on the person involved. And so I refused to take money that day. And then when you go to the POS, when you go to the ATM, sorry, there's a lot of queue there. There's a lot of people there. Like a colleague of mine also went to the ATM cash point yesterday.
Oh, Princess, you'll be running the show tonight, so your network cannot afford to do what they normally do. Anyway, we're in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is KRIS, and this is Princess from SRTV Abuja. We want to look at the situation in Nigeria. And the show, as we call it, is Inside Nigeria. What is Inside Nigeria? This is a show where we bring some of the things you see in the news and things you will never see in your news. So we are a platform that we're known. Yeah, Princess, your network was gone, so I was trying to bridge up for you. So go on. We can
It's
hear
really yes, it's really getting to everybody. And like I said, my colleague went to the ATM point and they were given numbers. First to come, the first to serve basis, and then she was 200 or something. The number that she was given, that they
give to her. Well, at the end of the day, I'm happy one or two other are in place. People have been given numbers to at least to queue up and collect money. I know the situation is so difficult that you cannot just open your mouth and say things. But I'm going to take my time tonight to look at some of the things, why I choose that we should do this show called Inside Nigeria. We cannot be sitting down talking about politics without talking about ourselves. And like I said, SRTV on this show is a place where we're going to try and look at issues that people should hear about. Not only things you want to hear, but things you should hear. So there are kind of two kind of news you have in this world. There are some news you want to hear. There are some news you should hear. And I think that I want to share with you both. There's some that are lovely, nice to speak about, President Buhari, President this, oh, that's so sweet. There's some critical ones, like the ugly ones we're talking about, and some we're going to dig out where they are hidden. But before we get into that tonight, because Princess will take us on the journey to what is currently going on in Nigeria. Because I saw some of the images are quite disturbing, and I actually tried to share with the team in Abuja. I saw people now on the street trying to take advantage of the situation. There was a little bit of riot, I think in Abeokuta or so, which is quite disheartening. I won't be sharing those videos with you because somehow I felt it's a responsibility to defend some of the illness we have as a people. I don't know, as a press, you're supposed to reveal some, but our illness, it just showed that there are two things to it. I saw people running after trying to attack people, trying to put sensitivity down. It displays that we are angry. But when you look at it the other way, it shows that we are disorderly. And Princess, where do you find this balance? Being disorderly and angry, how does it work? What's your take on this?
I think they all come hand in hand. People are angry, like I said. People are very, very furious, if there's another word for anger, or more than that. And of course, when people are angry, you don't expect people to be orderly. It's just a natural thing that when somebody is very angry at the point, do you know, for instance, today I was on my way to the office and then I parked to talk to a VIO guy. And then I saw this guy that was practically begging the keke in front of me that he had no money with him. They should please help him. He was tired, like he was exhausted, that he has been standing there for hours. Nobody wanted to render help. And then I was even trying to see if I could come down to talk to him, to give him a ride at least before somebody else. The taxi, there was somebody inside the taxi that was willing then at that point to pay for his fare. So you could imagine this kind of person could get to a stage where there is no help coming from no place, and before you see, they will just become violent.
Yes.
So it's actually the society, it's actually what's going on. People are no longer normal. The things people do these days, because of course they've been pushed to the wall. It's only when somebody have it all, or to an extent you think everything is quite smooth to an extent, that you try to reason like a human being. There are things you go through in life, and sometimes you just begin to do things anyhow. I think that's the point at which a lot of people we find ourselves right now. People are not happy. The riots here and there. When you go to ATM cash point, that is when you know that even the ones wearing suits, even the ones looking very, very naked and very, very corporate, they are all angry. They are willing to fight, because at that point, people have been standing from morning till night waiting to just collect little money. And then at the end of the day, maybe somebody comes from nowhere, wants to feel like, oh, I'm above you, I will go before you. Before you know, of course, people will fight. They can never be, people cannot be orderly as it stands. And so I really feel for us. I feel for Nigerians, and of course, I envy people like you over there. At this point, there is no better time to go out of the country. As it stands, if you like, for me, I've never been to the market since last week. I've not gone to the market. I don't have any cash with me. I only buy with my card. Meanwhile, they keep debiting you, and then it's showing declines to you, and then my money has been hanging here and there. And so this is why people can never be orderly. People are angry, and then I don't blame them. We cannot find a balance.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear you. Running away is not the option. I can tell you that. We'll come to that another day. But let's just look at where do we channel this anger. I'm very happy that Nigeria are really excited. They are excited about an election coming up, which is good, because then we can actually channel this anger to the ballot box rather than being on the street, because there's an opportunity to see a change right now. All right. If we want to change what we are,
if only the polls will be free and fair.
Is that not where maybe the riot can come? Not riot really. Is that not where the protest can come? If you can protest with your ballot, stand there, make sure the vote counts. And I think, you see, there's one funny thing here. Now, thank God, the funny thing is Nigeria don't even have enough policemen to actually man us. You understand? So if we
these are the things I talk about, Daddy Chris. Like I said before, I've been privileged to cover elections in this town in Abuja here. So I tell people, not like I'm trying to kill your vibes or trying to like get anybody scared, but I just feel like that point of cast your vote and go home. That is just my message, what I preach. Because we pray, of course, we've been praying, but like we always say, God will not come down from heaven and do it for us. We pray and then we leave it for God to handle still the way he can. But at the end of the day, sir, I tell people that you should be able to like watch from a distance. Don't wear anything. Don't go there that they camouflaging anybody. APC and PDP and this ACC and all that, Labour Party and all that. So I'm saying that after your vote, you just go outside, go far, because of course we can't trust anybody. I say this because people on ground. We don't have the security. It's sorry to say, it's nothing to write home about. So first of all, you secure your life. You are not Jesus. You're not supposed to die for the people. So secure your life while on the process of trying
I
to
like
make
that.
sure your vote counts. So make sure that you don't get too close to the people, just in
Get
case.
to the
We're not
halfway.
saying anything will happen, but of course, yes, you
You
have
get to
to safeguard yourself. You have you to safeguard yourself. Don't even leave your life in the hands of any security person or any other person. First of all, do the major one, and then you leave the rest. That is it. But I'm saying that the way he stands here, I know that since people are angry, of course, they will do the needful. And of course, I know also that maybe compare that time, the last elections we had to now, of course, people have really gone through a lot, like more than a lot. So just maybe there might be changes. So I won't compare that time to now to the coming election. So let's just really hope that this time around Nigerians will sit up, they will do the needful, really.
Anyway, for those of you who just joining us, this is SRTV broadcast, strictly SRTV. I am Daddy Chris from broadcasting from London. Princess is all the way from the Abuja studio, but she's at home at the moment. She couldn't stay because of the so she's joining me live from home. And what I wanted to say is, Princess, I know this is scary, maybe because I'm far away, but I have defended this government enough again and again on this very particular issue. I am not saying the way it is done is right, but I think an attempt to change the money is too important, considering the fact that Nigeria have some few people who are richer than the country. Let me explain this. I have never been in the United Kingdom. If you actually, I don't see anybody with 1,000 pounds in their pocket. What are they going to do with it? You understand? But the bulk of our money has been buried at home. The reason being that most of us have money we cannot defend. So the problem Nigerians have is not Nigerian money that is outside. Some of our money are actually within there, buried on the ground. Because in those days, they used to steal the money outside the country. You know, they take the money. Now they've been taught a lesson. People like the Mibori have been taught a lesson. I don't think they want to run out anymore. But most of them still have houses here anyway. So that makes them to not keep the money at home. If the government of the day now say, okay, let me squash these people. You understand? By making them bring your money to the bank, change it to legitimately. It's a legitimate process. It's a right of the government to do so. And they are asking you now, bring your money, change it. So that the only part I don't understand is how can there be shortage of fund, of cash for people to go around, knowing that Nigeria is still not matured for a cashless society. I don't think we are really advocating for a cashless society. We're saying change your old money to something new. What's wrong with that?
First of all, sir, I'm going to say the way it is. So the new monies, there's this report that it was 3 something trillion, right? That was released. And then as we speak, as of the news, as at yesterday on the news, the bank can only give accounts of 1 something trillion within Nigerian banks.
Within the banks.
Yes. So where are the other ones? 2 something trillion. Daddy Chris, I kid you not. Let me tell you the truth. A lot of these monies have been like this new. I'm not even talking about the whole old currency. I'm talking about the new currency. The new currency, as we speak, they've been packed, heaped, stacked somewhere. So,
Princess, let me say this. If a sitting governor, this is where I want to hold El-Rufai accountable. El-Rufai said that there is a governor that took 500 million naira cash. That That's treasonable felony in my book. Who is he? It should be made. El-Rufai should be, in fact, they should question El-Rufai who that governor is, and this whole anger should be channeled towards that. We should be in that state, fighting for our lives. I'm not talking of this now. Rather than actually fighting this, the whole government, because government have two sides. From what I can see, the government of Nigeria, in a way, they are handicapped. There are people richer than the government. Let me put it in my local government, for instance. My local government chairman is controlled by the men and the who and who in the community. The Delta State is controlled by who and who in Delta State. Okay, now they have a lot of money, so the governor can say a lot. But he dare not cross some path. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. So we, as a society, don't you think it is time for us to maybe, in a way, we know it is hard. Government they've done a lot of things, and support the government now to take our money from these hoodlums, rather than just fight government and say, government, you are evil, because government is getting it up. The government don't know where to go. The people they're trying to fight for, if that is the case, they're beating them up, and then the teams are happy because they say, hey, well, we told you, and they are actually now preying on it.
Okay, sir. So I'm of the opinion that when you say we should fight these people involved,
yes,
I just feel like the word government, they are all involved. I know that, of course, they cannot all be bad, but because they're already there, we hold all of them accountable. Do you get? We hold all of them accountable. Okay, now that
coming to say that and doing nothing about it, and what can El-Rufai do? El-Rufai is a governor of a state. He's a governor of Kaduna State. He has openly told us, listen, there's a governor. If maybe this is time for us to take with the people to take advantage. El-Rufai, you say so person because you want our vote. Who is that governor? We go to that governor. That governor, they begin to open themselves. You see, when the two of them are fighting, we enjoy.
Of course, even whether see, let me tell you something. Whether or not they fight or they don't fight, the grass will suffer. If two elephants fight, what happened? The grass will continue to suffer. So at the end of the day, their politics, they should not drag us into their politics. He has said so. He should mention the person, or if he has mentioned the person, he should. The agencies, the appropriate agency knows what to do. It is not my place or your place, that the KRIS, to go to the governor's house, to go and stage them, to go and block their way, that they should fight this money.
Now we are fighting ourselves on the street. The thing I don't understand, if it's not my place and not your place to fight anybody, now we are not fighting the thieves, we are fighting the government who is trying to fight our enemies. Because
who is the enemy?
Quiet. We are doing something.
Who is the enemy that it is?
Who is the enemy? Are the people that stole our money.
Nigeria, and who is the government? And who is the government?
Wait. Okay, Princess, do you agree with me that there are some people who are actually holding Nigerian money? They hold our country to ransom.
Of course.
Do you agree?
Of course.
And those people are not necessarily those in power. In power, when I say power in Nigeria, there's government power, there's money power. If let me put it this way, if Tinubu will come out and say, hey, it's my turn, and he was able to threaten the president, in that, you can see what happened at the primaries of the PDP and the APC, how money was shared. The government was, at the point in time, EFCC have to step in there, looking for those to arrest. Is this government doing it? That's my question. Is that the government?
Understand that it is the government. What are we not saying?
Okay, how?
Where did they get these monies from? Did they get the money from a trade, from a business?
So in other words, they stole this money years ago, Princess. It's not necessarily that they stole it now. These are people. Okay, Tinubu controls Lagos State. Ibori controls. Wait, let's be sincere. Tinubu controls Lagos State. The resources of Lagos State, he owns a huge sum. Every money comes to Tinubu on the day. Ibori didn't do that, but we know Ibori had a lot of money before he left. So you see this, some former president, former governors, they left with a lot. They're not going to
and the city ones will still go with a lot.
Oh, princess, you journalist. I
It
want
is
you to
what
think
it
a
is
little bit
that
more.
it
You
is.
see, I'm taught. Well, maybe my background now. I'm thinking a little bit different. I want you to be a little bit find a solution to this problem. I want solution.
Okay. Okay.
And we have three enemies here. Let's put it. Who are our enemies? The government. Government in power. They're going to steal. We know. Some have stolen.
Okay.
And right now, the one in power are trying to say, okay, because if there's going to be solution, the ones in power is the one that will do it. They are saying, okay, what we've stolen is enough. Let us change this money. I know if Buhari will not tell us. Buhari said, because I listened to him, he said, if you legitimately own some kind of money, bring it to the bank and change it. You understand? If Buhari is trying to do that and we beat Buhari, who is our friend, who is our enemy?
Okay, Daddy Chris, let me ask you something now. Let me answer that with a question.
Okay.
For instance, if since they brought this policy, right, they've been able to bring the new currency. And at the end of the day, there's a policy that you don't have to, your daily limit should be 20,000 naira. So
Yes.
if this thing stands, or if this policy were seriously checkmated before now, or they are standing, or they've been operated very well, then at the end of the day, nobody will be complaining, right?
Right.
Nobody will complain. At the end of the day, do you know that even me, I cannot go to the bank now and collect just 5,000 naira? I'm just a normal citizen, right?
Yes,
I cannot collect.
I can see where the problem the government have. The government one, they did not implement a single policy, right? And now they are in
They
bigger
cannot
mess.
do things right. They don't do anything right. Whatever they do, there's always a problem. So my problem is that can't we just get one thing done well to work for everybody without suffering some quarters? At the end of the day, okay, you are telling us this is for the good of everybody to stop vote buying. It's fine. Nobody even wants the elections to be manipulated anyways. So we are happy with the policy. But at the end of the day, the way to go about it is the problem. As I speak to you, a lot of people are stranded. You want them to die before the election. Who is going to vote? Who is going to come out? Is somebody that has strength that will come out and stay under the sun to vote, or somebody that is healthy? So let's look at it from that angle. I'm not saying that the policies are bad, but okay, if the probably they are not being placed very well. If you say that you want to do this to curb the way people will maybe withdraw money or buy votes or sell
No,
out their votes
other
or
than
whatever.
that, my interest, to be honest, is the bulk of our money are buried under the ground. Bring it out. You understand? You see, it's only
Which
and
monies
in the
are we
cashless
talking about, Daddy Chris?
eh?
The old currencies, of course, and we know that a lot, yes, they've been able to even switch already. They've been able to deposit those monies already. We saw them now. Didn't you see the clips? A lot of them. So at the
Eh,
end of the day, a lot
no,
of politicians,
deposited
they are
where
buying
under which
properties,
account?
they
Is it
are
not where
buying
the government?
things.
Is it not where the government has failed us then? Because that's why I wanted the government to say, okay,
Yes,
where do
when
you
I
have this
say
money?
the government has failed, you are trying to paint it that the Chris. That is what it is. The government has failed. It is the government. It is their duty. The institutions are not working. They don't know what to do, and even if they know what to do, they are not doing it at the right time. They always find a way to bring it at the wrong time. That is the thing. The timing is not right for us. These are the issues that increase. So at the end of the day, if we say, okay, when is the election? Now, Supreme Court said just
Yeah,
yesterday that
I was coming that to
that
that.
money is supposed to expire today. That money
Yes.
was supposed to expire today, and then at the end of the day, as I speak to you, we is still in use. So where do we stand in all this? After the suffering, after the whole hardship, at the end of the day, we are back to that same place. So the old money, the old currency is still in use. So what was the point? These are the issues that decrease.
It's a pity. It's a pity that the Supreme Court, in fact, there's the power. That is the difference in government. We have the legislative, the judiciary,
Of
and the
course,
executive.
yes.
So the judiciary have thought it's wise that maybe it's all about the cry of the people, and they said, okay, listen, we cannot take this. Let's keep this money for more time. But princess, we have to look at the foundation of our problems. The foundation of our problems is what I talk about on my show every day. I live in the United Kingdom, and I can say it for free that there is slavery in Nigeria, that the gap between the rich and the poor is unacceptable. It's a recipe for chaos, and that's what we see every day. There's chaos in Nigeria, chaos in the way we talk, the way we eat, the way we walk, the way we even dress, our ways of life.
The way we
it's
eat?
Chaotic. Yes.
Really?
Honestly. We have this, because I don't see any single good reason why somebody who is in government power will steal money to what? Is he going to eat? What is he going to eat? But he's going to use the money lavishly on some kind of stupid food that will kill him quick. You understand?
Greed.
Yes, thank
Greed.
you.
That is greed.
And it doesn't make sense. And I don't know. And you know the funniest thing, Princess, this is why I don't understand. That's why I say I don't understand you people in Nigeria. The next, on Sunday now, you all go to church. Today, they've been in the mosque. The same people that stole this money, they went to mosque today. And on Sunday, you will see them clapping so much in the church. And I look at these people and I say, OMG, where are you? Come down. Oh Lord, come down. Let your enemy be scattered. I just sing that because, Princess, it does not add up in my book. Oh, the same man that went to the mosque is the one that just stole the money. Princess.
At the end of the day, Daddy Chris, at the end of the day, I will always say also that I blame the leaders, the leaders of the Christian leaders. They are the religious leaders rather. They are the major problem we have in this country. They are parts of the problem we have. I will always say it.
They are hustling. They are not religious
That
leaders.
is it. They are business people, most
They're
of them.
business people, you understand?
They come to the villa, they wine, they dine. Because that is it. They get what they want to get and then they don't care. Otherwise, the country would have not been this bad. But yes, but like I will always say, I go to church, I'm a Christian, but of course I have sense. I'm not stupid either. I have studied the Bible. Nobody tells me otherwise. I know what to do and I know the right time to do it. I am not.
They know, Princess, trust me. These guys know how to emotionally blackmail you. You know,
I know.
If somebody don't forget, I've learned a lot as in my time. I took my time out of the church, took my time and I begin to understand myself. Now, there are certain things you say to me that will get me disorganized. A word. You understand? And it's that powerful, more than food. So, meaning there's a word feed my soul. And it is more disorganizing than my physical body. I am sometimes more sick inside than the physical body. One word can disorganize me. And that's how one word can save me. So I'm very careful. And so it's music, which feeds my spirit. These guys, so when we're talking about these physical things we see now, which is what the government is doing, stealing our physical money, it's all right. But somebody is actually raping us in our soul. And these churches today, they don't do anything without good music because they know with the music, people will dance, they will forget about their life, money will come out of their pocket. You know what? When you want to go for offering, the first thing they say, choir, put it on, because they know when you are dancing, money will come out. Have you ever been? No, don't joke, man. It is a natural thing. God is so God. That's why David. You see what David did to God. When David don't commit all the atrocity, do all finish, he will begin saying, God's spirit will be dancing, and before you know, David has gotten what he wants from God. It is biblical. I'm not making it up.
But of course, I'm sure that right now it's biting them more than us, because I know a lot of people report so far. For instance, from my end, the offerings this period, it's not really anything to write home about. So I want to believe also that the religious leaders, they are feeling this. It's getting to them, and of course they will also do the needful at due time. So it's always good to know that this current situation, not just us, like the other time, the former Edo State Governor Oshomole, Adams Oshomole, said that he was very angry that he got a fuel for a liter per 1,000 naira per liter. So I was happy, of course, not because I am not a human or I am somehow, but because I felt like, okay, feel the pains, even though I know he has so much money. So the 1,000 naira would not be a problem to him. But I just felt like, okay, I'm happy that, of course, you're feeling the pain, and it was to the extent that he had to say it publicly. So I was happy. Of course, not just us feeling the pains, the heat, but even these people, they feel it. So when it gets to that place where they also feel the pains that we are feeling, then we are even, and then it's making sense at that point. So it's really my prayers that this whole thing, this whole cashless policy thing, I'm not saying it's bad, of course, but of course, in Nigeria, would that work? It will not work. Let's be sincere, because we have the rural areas, we have a lot of people. First of all, you have to put up institution that works before you think about things like this. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are being affected. Not just, we're not talking about Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, or Asaba, or maybe Enugu. We're talking about is inclusive. So if you want to do something like this, a lot of people, everybody has to be carried along. And how do you do that? First of all, it has to start. It's a process, not just something that you wake up one day and then this one. The annoying thing about this whole thing is that a lot of people, okay, now CBN says something else. The judiciary comes, the Supreme Court comes and says something else. Another body comes and says something else. So who do we follow? I follow the trend carefully today, and a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are confused. A lot of banks are confused. For instance, they don't know where to go. They don't know who to talk. They don't know the report or which one to take in or not to take in. So at the end of the day, people are just there floating. No system works like that. So I am still saying that for this to work, we know that the elections are already around the corner, of course. So this is not even, I said it before, the timing is not right for us. But at the end of the day, even if you want to make it work, the policies should be okay. Also, if you're telling me that my limit is 20,000 naira per day, it's fine. I don't have issues. Okay, for this period of the election, probably, and after the elections, then maybe we can go back to something higher. But then it's fine. But let me go there and cash my money easily and quietly and go my way. Not I go there, I stay the whole day. I cannot even go there and stay the whole day for like how many hours at the end of the day just for 20,000 naira. Haba, who does that? I cannot. I have work I'm doing, and I can't spend the whole day somewhere. So these are the issues. A lot of people, market people are complaining. People don't buy. People don't sell. The economy is just stagnant. Is this what they want? Is this how a country should be? So these are the issues. At the end of the day, I pray sincerely that this whole thing, they should find a solution to it real quick. The fact that people can no longer move easily, I had to practically, if I go out, I try to carry as many people as I see on my way. Of course, a lot of people are scared also to join because they don't know who you are. And at the end of the day, also, when you carry these people, you could see you get to see the relief. You get to see the way they complain. I've been standing here for hours. I don't have any money, and I don't have the new money. Some taxi people will not. These are the issues also. So now the Supreme Court say the old money is still in use. We can still be using it. And at the end of the day, some people are refusing to collect.
Yes, of course.
Some people will not take. Some people will not take the old money. So I carried a lady today that said the taxi people kept asking new money. We don't want old money. And then she was practically stranded at the middle of nowhere. So you could imagine the other one was a lady with the baby. So these are the issues. If the policies must work, then make them work effectively. Don't come and do things and say it. In Nigeria, I've come to realize the lawmakers or whatsoever they are, they say things and they just say it, and then the next thing is on the news, the next thing is supposed to be working. It's a process. They should follow this process, and then to make sure that people are at least okay to an extent while doing these things. I have always studied that the law actually meant for the people, not the other way around. So these are the issues. At the end of the day, I really pray that a lot of people will survive before that election. If not, how do we explain this? We don't like I read a news today, and some of the banks are complaining they don't know the one to take in or not to take in. They don't know what to do. So these are the issues.
Yeah, it must be a very difficult time for the financial institution. Now that the government is saying, government say, squash it,
No,
squash
yes.
the old one.
And
The Supreme Court is saying, no,
Supreme Court says
it's not
another
time for.
thing.
Yeah, and
Yes. So they
it's
are.
going to implement it. It's going to implement it, and that is why the government and really need to sit down with the institutions and get this right. And I can understand they are all in dilemma. The Supreme Court is listening to the voice of the people. People are crying. Government have a very difficult issue to deal with. There's too much of our money in the dungeon. They need to
and
come out.
the people cried because they are not able to access the new monies. They are not able to access their own monies. Are you getting the points now?
Yes,
They are
yes,
not
yes.
able to access this money.
Mm.
Okay, we had for the past 2 weeks or so, if they really wanted to bring these new monies, the whole money would have been in circulation. At least if you're telling us your limit a day is this, fine, make it available peacefully and
Yes,
quietly. You
I
don't
agree with you.
necessarily need to go to the bank to stay the whole day because of 10,000, 5,000, or 20,000 naira. So it doesn't make sense and it does not add up. These are the issues. And at the end of the day, what are they doing? What are the appropriate authorities doing about it? And that is why, of course, the Supreme Court, we have to hear the cry of the people to come and say, okay, since you cannot get the new one right, let's go back to the old one, or let it be in use for now. So what do we
Well,
do?
I agree with you. It's gonna be a better time. We're gonna do a little quick commercial break, and when we come back, I really want us to examine this new election. What are the politicians? What are the different political parties saying? But before then, let's quickly take this quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
Savor the rich traditional taste and aroma that comes with a banga meal made from Erimac banga palm fruit extract, prepared with natural ingredients. The wholesome flavor of Erimac banga palm fruit extract adds that delicious taste to your meals. However you choose to enjoy your Erimac banga extract, in a delightful meal of banga soup and swallow, banga jollof rice, or banga stew, you get the same distinct traditional banga taste without the rigorous process involved in the traditional methods of making banga, packaged with state-of-the-art facilities in neat and hygienic conditions that puts it in a class of its own. The Erimac banga palm fruit extract is available in two sizes of 800 and 400 grams. For local and international distribution, please contact 0803 758 1466 or 0805 204 8832. Erimac banga palm fruit extract. Great taste, less stress.
Yes. You're welcome back. Welcome back, people. It's Princess join us from Abuja. Daddy Chris is on the platform. Don't think I am just I am a little bit in the dock. So I want you to enjoy this beautiful face. Let it take the old face out of the place. Anyway, Princess, we're here, and I think the audience are more happier with you. So let me give them a little bit of break to enjoy a good thing. What I want to say is this now. What is the way forward? The way forward will be the election. Let them get a good leader who can actually, maybe I don't know, use the word good leader, who can actually deal with the situation, because we are in a mess. I find it difficult tonight to really blame the government, but here I am. I can't defend you guys. You guys have done a lot. If you do the right thing by trying to change the currency, why not actually help us to assess our money? El-Rufai said a sitting governor took 500 million naira. That should be a case to take them to court. El-Rufai should be in court to defend that issue if anywhere. You can't just come out and say certain things like that and people keep quiet. Nobody's doing anything about it. People going on the street to fight, don't they think they should be doing that? But we'll come to that towards the end of the show. Princess, what are the political parties saying? What is PDP saying? Are they blaming APC? Is APC blaming? Who is APC going to blame here? The PDP or me? Where are we?
It has always been the blame game from the beginning. We all know that. And even this morning on the news, I was watching because I follow most of the morning news, breakfast shows here and there. And it's still this loggerhead with against APC and PDP and APC. Each channel you go to, this one quarreling this one dragging this on this same issue. So at the end of the day, I watched a show that somebody said Buhari has done so well for the country, and he being a follower of Buhari, he wouldn't want a situation where Buhari will leave the country the way it is now. So he still needs to do something to correct a lot of issues before leaving. That it would not be good to say that this was how APC left the country, and I felt that was like something coming from APC person also. And at the end of the day, some of them, if you really
you say that Buhari should run for a third term?
No, that there are some things Buhari is supposed to do before leaving the office. Do them immediately, because the country is in a mess. He agreed that the country is in a mess.
Okay, that's a good one.
There's a chaos like left and right. So Buhari needs to do something. If he needs to sack anybody, if he needs to put up things. But I was saying that this is rather coming too late, because we're already this is coming way too late. This is something that they would have made him something that they would have been saying since. But at the end of the day, I acknowledge the fact that that is a truth coming from an APC person, because some of them are blindfolded. Of course, Erufai is from that party, and then if he said something like that, actually. I'm thinking that by now the security agencies, the appropriate ones, would have done something about this, but nothing has been done. It's Nigeria, and we know how they work. Nothing has been done, and then maybe after election or some other time you will see this issue will not come up again. But why not even do it now? And at the end of the day, when we say what is the solution, we know that the political parties will always be dragging each other. But we know that I will always tell people it is not even the election that is the solution. We know that will be a major part of it, but we just really pray that people coming, we have just a little bit fear of God, because sometimes when people have fear of God, they tend to do things right. At the end of the day,
that is the scary part of it, and we've built a society on fear of God for too long.
But that is the truth, that it is. At the end of the day, when people are heartless,
they don't fear God. They don't preach. They fear God at home. You fear the law outside. God has given us a system in place. You understand?
And in a situation where the laws are not working, what do you fear then? Yes, that is KRIS. In a situation where the laws are not working, what are you supposed to be afraid of then? Do you have laws?
We do. I think we should enforce the law. We should enforce the law to work. I think that is the key.
The laws are not even. Yes.
From what you're saying, the policy are okay. What is not okay is the implementation. Am I right?
Yes. So I'm always like I will always tell people. I will always ask the question. Elections are around the corner still, so I want a lot of people, as many as much, not just this show, but anywhere I go to, we say it. Every other show, we say it. The thing is, I keep saying it. Is it a champagne for a few people or good water for everybody? Which one do you prefer?
That's a good question.
Yes.
And nobody, to be honest, Princess, nobody preached my message. And it's so difficult for Nigerians to understand where we are. And I don't blame you, because you've not been to, I mean, some of us live in the UK, some of us stay here. Some of us have lived abroad.
You're telling me, and Daddy KRIS is telling me running away is never an option. If I hear Daddy KRIS, as I am now, if I see a Jackba peacefully,
don't worry. I'm sure some of the guys out there are looking for someone like you, a talent like you. I'm very sure they'll be begging. Anyway, we'll come to that on a good day. To be honest, Princess, it's scary. It's scary. The truth is, the problem in the Nigerian state, I'm looking for who will even dare address it. It's not been addressed at all, in any way, at all. The problem is the truth. The only truth about the Nigerian state is so the money is in the hands of very few. It is wrong, it's morally and legally. Because those few that have the money, they didn't earn it. They stole it. Either evading tax or those that are looting from the government treasury. Like a government official, somebody running for the governor of Delta State, the Labour guy, he said in those days, to be rich in Nigeria, you have to be an entrepreneur. All right? Today, to be rich, you get to be a politician. Or maybe you'll get a political appointment from people like Remokowa. Tell me the wisdom in any society where a governor security vote is 2 billion naira. You can't pay people 30,000. The governor does not secure his own ass.
It's pathetic.
That is the problem we have. You know, and when we come to those people like Tinubu, you know, I'm sorry, I keep using him and Ibori because these are people that they know they made their money from government. They didn't have money before they came to government. They stole it from our money. It's our money. They didn't work for it. Fact, you cannot have earned that kind of money on profit. Hello? But we forgive you. The question is, why are you giving back to the society? Take back power, enslave us more. This doesn't add up. And we clap for them. We shout. You see, if I tell you now as I'm talking, many people will kill me if I say anything bad about these guys. And I say to themselves, I am far away. I'm happy to give back to Nigeria in the way I can. If not love for Nigeria, I won't be doing this. In fact, I said to them every day, every money we earn in Europe, it goes to you guys there. We don't keep it here. You understand? We slave for Nigeria. Those of us in the diaspora, and it's an insult that we cannot vote. We cannot do that. We're quiet, and we're going to come home and take what belongs to us. But we still appreciate that people must be at home to do the job. So we want to work with them. But the problem is this. Are you guys ready to listen to us that have some experience? I am saying there should be no security vote. You know, Okowa security vote alone is enough to pay pensioners. People suffering, they don't need to suffer if Okowa security vote is well distributed. Only his security. I'm not talking of his salary. There is problem in that society. The money, I'm talking of the ones close to me, Nigerians. Talk about your governor. Ask him how much he earns as security. I'm not saying the salary, security vote. What do they do with security votes? What? And Princess, how can you live in that kind of a society? The senators are all included. They could not make a law. Look at what they did. The Senate and the current House of Rep, they did not, that is not their problem because they have their own. Their problem is how they're going to make the law to suit them. So the next election, say they will come back. I don't care. You see, when they come to me that the law didn't favor them, I just look at them. I say, who are you fighting? You coming to me? My problem is the unacceptable money you earn. You don't talk about that. You're coming to me to come and support you. That one government, Buhari to put all of them in prison. I'll be happy for Buhari. You don't know me. I say to them, when they come to me that Okowa is doing them evil, I say, you know, Princess, those of them who have not watched my show on the Robo television, you should go and watch it. I'm like a prophet. I saw Okowa. I said, this man is a criminal. He's a traitor. He's this and that. People hated me. He has displayed it on the national stage. He's coming on the international stage. Okowo will steal money internationally if they give him chance. Let the international community watch. You think it doesn't concern you? Nigeria thought it didn't concern them. He was stealing only in Delta State. Now he's coming to steal Nigeria. Don't worry. When you don't touch him, international community, Okowa is coming. He's going to steal the world. Then you will know you have a problem.
And when I say they are the issues, they are the problem, you say otherwise, Daddy KRIS. Now this is somebody that this is on a state level. Yes. This person now is being
it's exported.
So be brought.
Exporting him.
Yes.
Let Nigeria enjoy him.
Yes, to the national level. And at the end of the day, tomorrow Nigerians we keep shouting, we keep saying, "Oh no, we want this."
Princess,
Then the
princess,
next 4 years, hold your
princess.
PVC, vote, hold your PVC. Who are you deceiving now? Who are they
You know
deceiving?
the painful part of it. Princess, let me tell you this. This is I'm from Delta State and it hurts me. Let me tell you why. We are in trouble. Let me give you a small analysis. Ibori was a governor of that state for 8 years. When Ibori left office, Ibori was in Abuja trying to be vice president. It was Delta State money that was used to win Yaradua's election. Take note. The people are suffering. No? Nigeria, listen. Then Odua became governor. When Odua was leaving, do you know how much we spent for Goodluck Jonathan election? It was only Delta State that declared 1.2 billion because he thought Goodluck was going to win. He's going to be minister. That one couldn't become vice president because he's such an idiot. You understand? So he reduced himself to he want to be a minister. Then now, Okowa has displayed it all. Do you know how much of our money that had been taken to the federal level? The people in Delta State are suffering. And I cried out. The people thought I was stupid. Now Okowa is going to steal Nigeria. They don't worry. Don't think Okowa, it doesn't concern you. Now Okowa is going to steal Nigeria. He's going to sell us out. You guys will see. See that guy? He's not about an Igbo man. It's Okowa I'm talking about.
At the end of the day, Daddy Chris,
yes,
I actually during that, I think that was last week. So somebody called me from Delta State that I see the situation here. What are you guys doing? Like, okay. First and foremost, I am not your governor. I am not the governor's wife, and I am not your president either. Yes. But I was discussing with some youth there, and I said, on a second thought, why not maybe hold a peaceful protest? Go to the refinery, go to any institution, block anywhere, and tell them you cannot be able to buy the fuel for that price, and let's see how it goes. But on a second, I told them, no, don't do that. You know why? Because I know the outcome. There is never a peaceful protest in Nigeria. At the end of the day, they will come and shoot at these harmless people in the name of, oh, they are robbers, they are this, they are that. And then one poor innocent parent or mother or father just loses a child. And then the country moves on, nothing happens. And then I had to put myself in their shoes. What will happen? What would my mother do if something happened to me at this stage? So I just felt like, okay, let's just leave it. Maybe I think the government is working something around it, but it's really painful and that is why when you said earlier that who are we supposed to fight? Are we supposed to be fighting the people that are helping us and all that? I said, you talked about protests, but that was what came to my mind. Is there even a peaceful protest here in the country? Look at what happened during EndSARS. And at the end of the day, these innocent youths are being dragged to the court to come and stand and to come and say what exactly. It was peaceful. We all know that. But at the end of the day, it was turned around and look at what happened, the Lekki massacre. At the end of the day, those parents, where are they now? They are probably somewhere still wailing about the whole thing that happened in the past. So I would not even advise somebody, a youth like myself, to go and be holding protests. I will not do it. So I will not even advise you to do that. Fine, if you want to vote, yes, it is your right to vote. Nobody is disputing the fact. You can go and vote. I am not saying you should not vote. Fine, go and vote. But like I said, don't go there with anything. Don't come and be camouflaging yourself in the name of I am this, I am that. That is where the problem starts. If you follow trend, that is where the issues come from. So at the end of the day, go there as a neutral person. Do what you have to do. If you must watch your vote to count, stay a little bit far away from the place. Don't come there and be forming
Jagaban. They know what they have to do, princess.
I know, but you can still, whether or not you go far or you are near, they will still have to. If they want to do anything, they will do it.
Who are they, princess? The question I say, who are they?
Who are they? We know them. You know them. So why are we saying who are they?
Why are we not attacking them?
They talk. Those people. They talks. During election, you have to see a lot of talks coming and probably coming to snatch things here and there. And then we know some of these.
The talks are the people suffering, really.
We know some of these INEC officials, some of these people coming to monitor elections that have been bought over. So they come and they start pretending as if they are working for your good or for the good of the country as a whole. And at the end of the day, they are here for their personal reason, what they do. I know somebody that was paid so much money then that went to travel to the East to cover election just to make sure that something go wrong. And then I was a little bit, I spoke to my boss about it, that see the information I just got, which was 100% correct. I had the clip, I had some things here and then way back. And at the end of the day, my boss just said, okay, we're going to work on the report. And that was it. I was just a baby journalist. And what was I supposed to do at that point? I just had to okay, I even kept reminding him, but he told me that I would not understand. So I should let it lie. It's something that he will handle. And at that point, what was I supposed to do? So at the end of the day, we know these elements. So I'm not supposed to come here and start dragging, is this one, is this? We know these elements. Even the security agencies know what to do. It's not me, Princess, that will come here and say, you come and do this or do your job. I'm just a journalist and will come here to talk. Even you, Daddy Chris, we keep talking, we keep saying it. And like the question I will always ask, I asked earlier, is it a campaign for a few or clean water for everybody? So it's simple.
That's the question of the day. Nigerians, Princess said it all. Listen to this. Is this about a campaign for the very few? Those people using the jet. You know, it's only in Nigeria you see a politician or some few idiots pride themselves having private jets. In a country like Nigeria, some people have private jets. And now, as if that is not annoying enough, Princess, listen to my problem. Pastors have 5 private jets. You said I should come to the same church with you. Do I look stupid? Was I a Gentile? The last time I came to this show, on my show, I said to them, somebody called me a Gentile. I said, you are crazy. I'm not a Gentile. What do you mean? God created me equal. So if you can drive a private jet and I must serve you, then I must be in India where they say my family is supposed to be poor so that I'll come back rich in the next life. There's a religion like that. You understand? Princess, come on. Come on. Who be Mumu? What a place to end this.
Mumu don't do according to...
I think we should, let's close the show. You said the final word. The key word is what Nigerians should take home tonight. Is this about the campaign for the few?
It's simple. I will keep saying that. I'll keep saying it. You see, is it about...
Or clean water? All we really want is clean water. And that is what we say. And the campaign is killing you, the rich. But clean water, we say.
Is it really killing them?
Yes, they're dying quick. Trust me.
Are they really dying?
They are dying.
It's not killing them.
Look at them now. They don't have a life. Princess, you don't know them. Champagne will destroy you inside. If you know them, the ordinary poor man on the street, sorry again, they can do the tea better than those people drinking champagne. So they're dead. They are dead already. They are dead. What a place to end the show. I'm gonna end it. Go on.
Yes.
Listen, let us end the show. Don't forget, this is Inside Nigeria, where we'll be doing this regularly with Princess and other presenters of SR TV on this platform every Friday. And I think it's a very important show where we bring you things you should hear and things you will not hear. Tonight, we just gossip, get an introduction into the show. But from next week, it's going to be more elaborate. And maybe we have it within the week as well. All right, Princess? Okay, now I want to say this. Please stay out of trouble. Be strong. You advise others, so stay out of trouble. Stay out of the arm's way. All right? Stay safe. Vote. Say the truth, but from a distance because we want you alive. And we want to have you, and we want to have you still come to visit us in the UK. Why?
And like I will always say,
we're not trying to change. I'm bringing some of you here to run us out to London why I can be at home. Because I think I'm better in a better position to take the bullet. Can we end the show there tonight, my daughter?
All right, good night, everyone.
KRIS TV. Innovative content.